Welcome to QuikCodes. In this video, we will cover a network security practice highly recommended for switches, routers, and other network appliances. A common mistake when setting up a new network device is leaving the default login credential like the username or the password unchanged. Now, usually we're so excited about playing online, Call of Duty and browsing the internet or watching Netflix and such, that we forget to secure our device first. Now, why is this important? Manufacturers ship routers, modems, and switches with preset username and passwords to make setups quick and easy. This is a vulnerability though, because these defaults have a level of predictability that makes your device an easy target for attacks. And attacks from who? Hackers, scammers, and those that act as threat actors. Now, the good news is there's a quick way to take action against this, and it's simply by changing your default login credentials in the device's management console. Let's use this lab as a simulation. Okay, we have the lab simulation pulled up. As you can see in the lab simulation on the left side, it's telling us that we're acting as an IT security administrator for a small corporate network, and they need us to access the switch and change the default settings. Fortunately, we see they have already provided the URL that's going to take us to the management console of the switch, and that usually entails the protocol and the IPv4 that's attached to that actual device. It varies for each network device that's being used, so just be on the lookout. They also share with us the username and the password that we'll be using to actually log in to the management console. Whenever you want to go to the management console of your network device, you want to go on the internet. So we're using Chrome, the Chrome browser in this situation. Let's blow up the screen. We'll use the URL that's been provided, copy and paste, keep things simple and easy. Press enter. So as you see, it's Cisco switch. We're on their management console web browser page, gateway or what have you. And we're going to put in the information they provided, which is for the username Cisco, username, password, Cisco. Now, future reference, whenever you're logging into a management console and you see such credentials as Cisco, or some easy, predictable credential being available and allowed to use, you want to change it because it only ups the vulnerability to access and break into your network, making it an easy target for hackers and scammers and such. So now we're inside the application. The first instruction, or the first thing we would like to do, at least in this situation, and you may want to do also once you get your new device and it's installed and you want to create a new user account, okay? You want to go on the left side, you see the panel. We have get started, status, and statistics. And we're going to go to administration. As you look further on the management interface, we'll click on user accounts. And it's going to show us a table, user account table, listing the username and the user level, which is basically the permissions given per account. And you see Cisco, which will be the default login that was created as a preset for the unit. We're going to edit that, but not right now. We're going to stick to creating a new user account. So we're going to click on add. And with the information provided, the username on the left side, as you see, password, user level, we're going to put that same information into the application. So let's keep things simple. We're going to copy and paste to avoid error. I'm using a Mac, so that's why this information is popped up. It's trying to give us a password suggestion, but as I said before, we're going to use the one that they gave us on the left-hand side. Okay, so for user level, I told you it's basically for permissions given per account. In this case, for the IT switch admin username account, we're going to leave it at 15 and press apply. And it says success. All right. So let's exit out of this window and let's return back. We see now under the user account table, we have the Cisco, which was the default account upon the initial setup. And we have the IT switch admin account, which is what we created as an alternative account to log in. Okay. Now, for the second set of instructions, it tells us to edit the default user account as follows. It shows us the username, which is already there. It provides a password, which we will put, and it tells us a user level. And you'll notice it's different from the IT Switch admin account that we just created. And based off of looking at this now, we can go ahead and assume that the username Cisco is going to have less permissions and access than the IT Switch admin. So if you want to go back to the default account Cisco, which we mentioned earlier, to make changes and modify it, like we said, to further protect your unit from being broken into, we're going to click on the check box next to Cisco, and we're going to click on edit. And as you see, just like the screen before when we were putting in the IT Switch admin information, we're going to apply the same information that's being offered for the Cisco account onto these boxes. And to keep things simple, to avoid error, we're going to copy and paste. We're going to change the user level from 15 to 1, limiting the access this account has, and we're going to press apply. Okay, so it brought us back to the user account table window, and we see that we've made all the adjustments and created accounts as follows. Now, very important step that you want to always take whenever making changes in your management console of any device, especially a network device. You want to look on this right-hand side. It may vary per browser, per screen, per application, but you want to save that information. And you see it's been blinking red for the longest. We're going to click on it, and it's taking us to the copy and save configuration screen. And what we want to do is for the source file name, we're going to leave it on running configuration. That's the actual configuration that we're running right now in real time. And for future reference, because this information will be volatile, meaning it'll change or default back to the information that it was before we made changes if we don't save it, to avoid that from happening. So that way, every time we log into the management console, every time we log into the system, the information that we put in today will continue to be perpetual for the days on forth. We want to save it as the startup configuration information in the destination file name right here. Okay, and all the information already set. So we want to go ahead and click apply. And it's just asking us to, confirm this is what we want to do. And we're going to click yes. It's processing the data. And all is complete. All is done. Once again, thank you for checking out QuikCodes. We hope you learned something. And don't forget to like, subscribe.